Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking your time to come here. I come to ask you all a question. But before that, do you remember a time when you could all go out freely? When businesses were flourishing? When schools could open? And what about now? The streets that were once bustling now is empty, dead. The schools that were once teeming with life are now closed. You see, the pandemic has changed a lot of things. It has also brought a lot of things, particularly emotions, like the feeling of grief, of losing someone you love, or perhaps the feeling of fear. Some couldn't even go out without thinking, will I be next? Will I be another victim of this pandemic? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stanley Nathanael from SMAK PENABUR CIREBON, and these are the terror of the pandemic, a disease that suddenly came and struck its way throughout our heart, a disease that has spread its way all over the globe, a disease that has changed our lives and with it, the course of history forever. Many has lost their life against this disease. Perhaps some of us are unfortunate enough to also have lost someone too. You see, back in December of 2019, we had a sudden and abrupt spike of pneumonia cases in Wuhan, China. No doctors knew what caused the sudden spike. And then it spread. First, it spread throughout the city, and then to other cities, and then nationwide, and then soon, it is all over the globe. We had a name for it, COVID-19. See, hospitalizations were frequent, and we didn't have any medicine to combat the virus directly. It is as if we have all lost our hope. Even in India, bodies were thrown over the Ganges River and were left to decompose in the riverbanks. Humanity was at its lowest point. As crucial supplies such as oxygen depleted, and as more and more patients arrived at the hospitals every hour, doctors all over the world were forced to choose which patients get to live and which patients gets to die. You see, times were hard, but it is hard-coded into our genes that humanity is stubborn. We will fight, we shall fight, and we will not succumb to this disease without a fight. The virus may have ambushed us when we were unprepared, but we quickly adapted. We found ways to minimize the virus's spread. By doing lockdowns and practicing social distancing, we have minimized the infection. By getting vaccination shots, we have garnered natural antibodies to protect ourselves against the virus. It is all thanks to the collaborative efforts of each and every one of you that we are winning this war. Now, onto my question. Who are the true heroes of the pandemic? Perhaps is it the doctors and the nurses who sacrificed their life to fight in the front line against the virus? Or perhaps it is the volunteers who selflessly help each other despite not getting paid. Perhaps it is the philanthropists who gave away all their riches for others' daily necessities. You see, there are a lot of variations in this answer. And of course, each and every one of them is correct. Before I give my version, I would like to re-explain something. As I have said before, to win the war, we must give everyone adequate protection and minimize the infection. This can be done by doing social distancing, doing lockdowns, and getting your vaccination shots. Everyone is to comply with these measures, of course, yes. But although some are hindering our efforts by being insubordinate, most are actually following it quite well. Now, So, what would my answer be, you may ask? My answer would be you. And you. And also you. You see, you. The person who are sitting in front of their desk, looking through their computers. Yes, you. And also you. The one who are laying at their bed, looking through their phone. Yes, you. You guys are the true hero of the pandemic. But why? You may ask that. Well, let's recap a few years. Back when the lockdown first started, we were all forced to be in our home. We may have felt alone, felt scared, afraid, meaningless, insignificant. But let me remind you, those emotions, those sacrifices, those hardships are not for none. You see, it is all thanks to our collaborative efforts that we have managed to contain the virus. By you stayed at your home. You did your activities online. You have minimized the infection. Also you wear your masks. You practice social distancing. You have also minimized the infection. So you see, we are winning this battle because each and every one of you is doing our part. The battle may be won, but let me remind you, heroes of the pandemic, the war is far from over. Our enemies are also clever. They mutate. They adapt. They are just like us. But hear me, the time is now. It is our chance to strike back at the virus. We have our weapon, the vaccines. Now it is our time to get vaccination shots so we can protect ourselves against the virus. Together, we shall protect those who cannot get the vaccines, the young and the elderly. We shall protect those who are the most vulnerable. Together, by staying home, we shall minimize the infections. Together, you and I, by practicing social distancing, doing lockdowns, getting our vaccination shots, we shall be the heroes of the pandemic. And mark my words, our sacrifices will be remembered for tomorrow, forever and ever. Thank you very much.